That's weird. I know. Maybe he's starting to come back to reality. Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, he's like, hey. He's like, hey, stay on your side. Donna's like, Donna's like sneaking, and Oscar's like, you're not allowed, man. You're not allowed. Like, you're not allowed. Sorry. Oh, uh-oh. Yeah, he's the one getting the time. Poor Donna's like, hey. And how does Donner seem? How's he getting around? Good? Mm, no, mm, well, no, no. And takes a quick turn. Wow. Wow. Oh, goodness. Wow. Poor guy. Well, at least he can just be. He can just be. Yeah, that's lucky. So lucky for him. But he did give you a good, he did, he did, he did. No, I don't, he's not. No, he's not. But I knew this, I talked about this a lot. Um, and I'm kind of glad though that it, like, you did get good time out of it and consecutive, quite a big chunk. Yeah, yep, yep, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, kind of made up for, like, I think maybe the possibility of the when you purchased him, then he was kind of problematic. So hopefully it all just kind of made up for everything. Right, right, right. Yeah, and I mean he definitely had things stacked up against him. So yeah. All right. Well, this little guy. So it's a little warmer now in the midday. I know Melissa actually ended up changing from 8 till 2. I was like, I think that's a good idea. Okay. Yeah. Of course. Right. Well, yesterday she had the lesson. It was really cute. She was like, I want to do it, and she's like, it does say that 20, and I said, oh, that's not too good. I don't think we can really trot. I don't love to do, outside when it's, that cold. And it was really cute because she was like, well, let's just work on the walk then, because I mean, because he always kind of digs and stuff, so we had a lot to do with the walk. But it was really like, like every once in a while, I could hear like in the phone, like in through my speakers, it was like I was like, it sounds like he's walking on concrete, and she's like, yeah, it's completely frozen. I was like, okay, this isn't good. So we ended up doing a walk lesson, and then I said, take him for a ride up to the. She wore her Western saddle and the Carhartts because she was so cold. She's like, I'm so cold, like I put my other saddle because I am wearing my Carhartts, and I was like, that's fine. And I said, will you go up to the spring? Will you ride him up to the spring and make sure that it's flowing? Because my dad always said that that spring flows all winter, and the water is coming from from the spring, so it's always 50 degrees, so it's like warm in the cold days. It's warm, and obviously in the summer it's really cold. And so yeah, she rode him up there, and she said, let's totally flowing and everything's good, so they can totally get to the water. And so anyway, it was pretty funny. I was like, okay, this is a very strange lesson, but okay. We're like adapting. Yeah, that's what I told her. I said, just go, as long as you suffer, as long as you want to, and then when you're ready, like when you've had enough, that obviously there would be some time to let you know. But so far, she's she's checking. I think the next weekend, so it looks nice, yeah, nicer anyway, like doable. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean that's like wow. After doing the 20s, yeah, that's amazing. And with like a little son. So all right. Well, so the camera's a little pan down, but it's okay. It's just I'm just missing your head at times, but it's fine. I don't think it's worth getting off and adjusting. Like now I can see you perfectly fine. It's just when you get far, far away, all the way down. Like now it's good. So I think, I can see him. I can see your neck and your shoulder. I can see everything. It's just that um, basically like still I can see you. So it must be about right about now. Cuts off your head. But the good thing is like it stays like that. It doesn't go worse. Yeah. And I can see your whole head now. So I think it's almost like I think you can still go wherever. Just it's just when you watch the video back, I just wanted to say like sometimes I'm missing your like helmet part. So oh, of course. I was gonna say I wondered how when he was running around free like that, if he would go around and it would be like typical. Ah, okay. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. And mess with it. Oh god. Oh yeah. The yeah. Yeah. Do you leave the tripod always in there? Okay, I got it. All right. And so what do you do? Screw on and off the robot every time? Okay, that's cool. All right, well, let's go ahead and do just a little bit of stretches. And again, glad to see that he had that bit of a runaround. So again, look at him. He looks super, moving the legs. He's not kind of panicking. Right. It is. And I think once he gets to the point where he's going to be totally like, we're going to really get a lot of cantering and then there's some days that he's riding really consistently. I think, there could be times when you feel you don't need it, but I think all of this time that um, it's really important. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I think, like I said, I think his back and it's like it's just it's the maneuver around. Um, I'm sure he has some things, but we all do. Yeah, and just feel that you can assess every part of your body. Make sure you're being honest, sitting, bringing that tummy in. It's cute, like with Enya, she does the same thing. Like she does try to dig in the beginning because she just kind of wants to get going. And like I said, I really have learned over the last few years. I think I did really neglect a bit the walk because, well, mainly I think too, it's really hard. timing wise too, you know, like when you have a lot of horses to do,
Oh yeah.
you know, you just kind of like walk a little bit and then you just like get going and then, you know, you don't really do walk breaks and you just kind of got to get everything in and, you know, work hard to trot and can and go to the next horse and blah, blah, blah. But um, it's really important to really make sure that that's all feeling good and these details too, like because you move your leg and the stirrup bumps him or there's a weird touch. It's the same thing I'm doing with Enya too to make sure. And she really does start to accept it. And in the beginning, she's you know, the beginning of every ride is a little similar to how he, you know, just a little like quick stepping, a little bit like keep, 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 a little on edge, a little bit like okay, we're gonna get going here. Um, so
But he knew it's nice because like he keeps my feet moving.
exactly,
So even though it's a little faster, it's okay because it just keeps you going.
exactly, and you're not like even though I want you to you know, find more walk. We want to always try to get it better. But this idea that even if it's short stepping, it does have this free flow, you know, it's happening on its own, more or less, right? And that's fun. So, so we'll go ahead and gather him up and then just work a little bit slowly, figuring out how to put him through to a good walk because you ride him with your body slowly and up to the idea of having a contact that you like. And then if it's, you know, you're testing, how's today? How's, you know, versus the other day? And then, you know, how much, like, where can we be to be comfortable? If he starts off for whatever reason on some days to be better than others and you can take a little bit more, do it. But then if it feels like it's making him cause tension again or something's not feeling right, then go back out again. But really feel that you try to initiate everything with your body, with your back, with your feet, and then you put into your hands, into your legs into the hands. So, and then let's try to just do a few times of slowing down in the walk, really, really, really slowing down, and then creeping, and then kind of count three, two, one into a halt, and see that his head can stay straight. Wait, two, three, and then pull them back up to it, and then soften and walk on. And if they tend to kind of do that little backing up, obviously we want to tell them no. These kind of spicy horses, you know, if you gave him a quick kick, he would just kind of lurch forward, and then it would, you know, throw everything out of whack again. So I would just say, kind of trying to, you know, with your voice say no, like don't back up, and then maybe you don't wait two, three, maybe it's wait one, two, and then you go out and then see. And I think too, like he's definitely the kind of horse. The more that you do practice things, you know, after five times, he always like, hey, yeah, I got it. I got what this thing is, right? So try to ask to come a little slower into the halt again. Wait to say no backing, and then walk on. Good boy. So you're going to kind of decide that that natural desire for him to back up, and we're just going to kind of pause, hesitate, and then walk on, and then you just add and ask for more. And sometimes this is like I like to throw this in the beginning, but it's more challenging in the beginning, right? Like sometimes after he's got a little bit going, but he had all his little runarounds first without you, so it's not like he's super fresh. And then let's practice in the next corner here, a little turn, a little small circle, maybe 10 meters, 8 meters, something like that. And you know really feel how you can have all your aids relate to each other, what's happening with the inside part of your body, what's happening with the outside part of your body. Did we freeze? Are we still gliding? What happened? So that you can make sure that you don't make any mistakes or miscommunications. First you, then him. I always kind of think first about me. Good. And then let's make another 10-meter circle, maybe somewhere after the gate here. And try to keep the steps the same. So you almost have to put the gas on a little bit for the smaller turns. And I want you to practice this because this is really, really important. talking about the movement of your seat and of course the breath as well when we're trotting or doing a sitting trot. You know, we talk all about like really kind of open and closing and softening. Um, and I think this is a real kind of preschoolish kind of way to work on it. And the walk is like, hey, I want my walk. I'm going down the wrong side. I'm not asking for anything, only asking for both legs to both hands. I want his head to stay straight. I want his spine to stay straight. And I want the steps. Bump, 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 bump. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you feel when you go to do the circle, you want to keep the same. So you almost have to ride a bit more. I don't know if I want to say ride a bit more active, but it's a little bit thinking that idea because every time I go into a movement, and even and I find it happening more and more. Every time I go to a movement or a shoulder in or you know even any kind of lateral, I always have to remind myself to move more, which really isn't that I'm moving more. It's just really that I kind of want to freeze in the positioning. Me, everybody, everybody wants to do it. So once you start to train yourself on these easier times, the harder times may be more possible. And notice it, like I said, I say be honest because it's true. Be honest with yourself. Is your belly in? Are you sitting? When you go to make those small turns, do you feel that you're walking in the same way? Because it shouldn't change, right? The glide shouldn't change. Because it's not like he has a huge ground covering walk that we need to shorten him a little for a medium walk. Like he has, like right now, we'll just call it kind of a bit of a medium walk, and we don't want any less than that for any turns. But so down the long side now, we'll ask just a little bit out of this turn. Yeah, go ahead and finish this turn. Good. Using this idea of the bend, I want you to, as you're coming around now, think of starting the circle again, but just do a shoulder in. So you won't really go on the circle, but you'll start that bend and then, yes. Oh, really good, eh? And then make a small circle again. So now you hopefully will have that angle because the shoulder in is that first, the first two steps of the turn onto the circle. Uh, you could imagine if I drew a picture of that, keeping this bend, keeping this position. Think of starting that circle, but gliding down the track with keeping him turning towards the inside with the outside. Yeah, even a little bit more. Yeah, yeah, good. And then finish it with a small circle again. Good. That was good. It's better. He's not as getting as stiff as like the other day. Good. Relax that shoulder, that right shoulder. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. And then keep this circle and, keep going with this circle so that you'll end up uh, coming down center line. He's letting you touch with the right leg, yeah? Yeah, good. And then keep the center line. And now a little bit asking to leg you off of your right leg. Open your left leg a little bit, only a few steps over. And now do a small circle right, like a 5 meter. And then when you finish this 5 meter, you're going to still end up on that track where you kind of leg yielded over from the center line just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So end up back on that line. Good. Now use this bend and now leg yield just a little bit more over. Relax your outside leg. A few steps and then a small circle right again. So you're still working with the bend. You're working with your right inside leg at this point, and you're saying, can I keep the bend of the circle, and then can I keep you in this bend, and then make you go over a little bit sideways, a little leg yielding, good. And then now you're going to go track to the right. Good. And then now you're going to go down the long side, and using this part of the circle here going through the corner, I want you to think of doing haunch a little bit in, so keep him bending right, and a little bit glide your right feet forward, and a little bit left leg back, and keep, yes, good, good, keep going, good, and massage him to the right, only so that he looks down the track. And every little bit that you can do a little bit more of bending him through your right leg, because really the haunch is in, and this kind of exercise could straighten him and go through the turn. Good. You're going to do it down the next long side as well. Everything that you're doing in a haunch in is really, yes, his haunches are coming in, but you do really want to think that you're in your right seat bone. The right seat bone is forward, and that you're bending him and wrapping him around your inside leg. So you do need a little like massaging of the right rein. Good. And then a little bit the left leg back, and asking him for this bending around your right leg. So yes, it's your left leg back, but it's your right leg that tickles him up at the shoulder there and says like, can't like give in your right rib cage. Good, good. And not that it's a huge big angle. I don't really care that it's an angle right now. I actually care that he doesn't get mad, right? So if you give him right leg and he doesn't really do this great bend or bring the haunches in, but if he starts to give a little through your right leg and keeps walking and doesn't get tense, that's really more what we need right now.
Right, right.
But we're gonna try it again, just little by little. And sometimes you'll be surprised. You can give him that right leg gently stays on, and then your left leg pushes yes, and then you massage your right rein a little bit and say, look with his right to the right, only because he's bending. And once he starts to bend a lot through his body, he has to make his face look to the right, which is really just looking down the center line. Good. Or down the long side, sorry. Good. All right, so let's go ahead and change the direction. You can do it however you want. Maybe a little teardrop. Making sense, this? Good. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. In your neck, look a little left, right, soften in the base of your neck. Good. That's right. And think about his steps of his hind legs. Do you think they feel equal? Do you think that he feels like he's pushing or stepping with his right hind the same as his left? I'm not saying that he's not. I'm just wanting you to think. He looks like he's stepping pretty equal. Maybe every once in a while the inside one's a hair short, but it looks pretty good. All right, so this way I want to bend him and circle to the left. Okay. And again, kind of we're mirroring what we did the other way in the same progression. Don't pull that inside elbow back. Be careful. So we're going to come on over to this corner, and you're going to do the 10-meter circle over here. We want to find that the walk is the same. We need reliable. We need that he feels like he can march. And when you ask for the turn, the smaller circle, the 10-meter circle in this case, we want to feel that he still marches. We don't lose any of his energy. Yes, good with your left elbow. Good. You're recording, right? Down the long side. A little circle left 10 meters after the gate, or around the gate is fine. And touch him with the left leg and say, I want to make sure everything's all good here. I can touch you with my inside leg. I can bend you. And then bring him around. Good. The steps are getting better for the turn, and I feel like you're moving a little bit more in your body. It's funny. Yeah. On the long side. So we won't do a 10-meter circle in this next corner, but we'll do a half of a 10-meter circle because I want you to go ahead and still ride the half of a circle now and come down center line. Massage him and bend him and tell him, prep him that he can bend. Good. When you come down the center line, then we ask to do a few steps over off of your left leg. Only a few. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Now a small circle left, like a 5-meter. From where you are, whenever you leave, right there you left the line. Good. Now a little 5-meter. Good. Pick up yourself back on that line. And then as soon as you're getting that bend and you're on the line, let's leg yield a few more steps over. Practice like vibrating, on off, a little bit less, a little bit more. Yeah, good. Yes, good. And small circle. Good job. Good job. Good. And this should get better and better this way. Good. This way, if he should start to, you know, this is even better than the other day.
Right, yeah, definitely.
So you're already setting them up, right? You can see how, and then this exercise is really cool because this one you just add to it. Like, so if you want to take more steps sideways, you know, or a small, yeah, good, 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 and with a small circle. Good job. Good boy. And give him that kind of release a little bit through the outside for a minute. Let his outside rein a little softer. Let him feel like he can look around and bend and stretch that outside of his body. Good. Good. And then when we come around, when you come back around over here on this side, we'll go past the camera and then we'll do this another circle. And then finishing that circle, you're going to use that idea of that bend to do a little shoulder in down the long side for a little ways. And then just only a few strides, you know, as much as he gives you that might be good. If, you know, he's careful not to get greedy if he starts giving you a lot of really great ones. But then we'll go ahead and do a circle again. So this bend right here for a small circle. So go ahead and small circle. There, that's the bend. There was like if I would have taken a screenshot of you right then, that moment that his shoulders left the track to make this circle, that's the angle that I want you to try to get. So try to bend him in like you're going to bring him around another circle, but now you push him. You stay left. Now you slipped a little to the right. Do you feel that? So you want to stay to the left. Good. And let's, yes, there, you had it for a second. So try that again. Start, like pretend like you're going to start the circle. And don't pull back on the inside elbow. Stay straight. Good. We'll try it on the other side. Good. Don't stop gliding. Don't let the walk get um, lazy or whatever. He has to stay marching. And we're on the line. I figured he'd start head rooting a little bit. We're on the line. He'll be like boring, like, okay, I want to do trot. But I think that this is really, really good um, because this is, we're going to do the same exercises in the trot, you know, and then you can see how this can really build. So just a little bit the idea of shoulder in here, right ring, left leg, gliding, gliding, good. And now small circle, bring the shoulder. Good. You have to get more used to riding the outside rein in this shoulder in. It's the same idea as bringing the shoulder around for this turn. Now use your left leg and bring the shoulder. Right there. Give your inside hand. Yes, 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 yes. Good. Good. Straighten and trot. Good job. Really good, eh? Do you understand when you gave your left rein there? Good. It's okay. It's okay. Tell him chat chat. Hop hop hop. Good stretches. Good boy. Oopa. The cobwebs. Just try to keep. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Steady. Good. Doesn't matter. Good. Tell him chat. And go. And right. Good. 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 Yeah. Good boy, Tom. Good boy. That's right. That's right. Yeah, his ears really flicker back and forth there. He's like, oh, yeah, okay, good. All right. A little 2 point. Yep. And just be quiet. Just absorb. Good. Let him move under you. Good boy. Yeah, that was good. Good. And if he roots a little too much down, we'll go ahead and grab those reins and say, don't do that, or just say like, or like, no. And then, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Good, good, good. It's very gentle, that kind of canter that he just gave you, that one. Because that's eventually what I want to do. That's why I want you to get used to this 2 point, because I think that's how we're going to be successful in getting through the canter sections of our, you know, we're going to get through the trot and we're going to get going and do some trot. And when it's time to do canter, it's going to be like this, where yeah, like just kind of let him a little bit. If he trots, fine, but you just stay a little bit. Let your knees really, really be spongy, and your ankles be spongy. Good. And then when he starts getting a little bit too fast, then you could go ahead and try to take a little rein contact, but try then, you're going to trade off. If you're going to take a lot of rein contact, you're going to stay in a little 2 point. If you're going to take a little less contact, you can go to a posting. But the bigger thing is here is I think, and you'll see it in your video, I think a little bit. Yeah, just let him relax. Tell him, good boy. Keep your hands really low. Yes. Good job. And if he just stays like this and rhythmical, this could be great. Good job. Yeah. And if he breaks it, that's fine. Tell him it's fine. Good job. All right, we'll make a circle here. So again, I don't mind all this because I think this is how we're going to segue. I mean, eventually we'll have to say, I didn't ask you for canter, but this is a playful way to segue where we want to go, I think, by, letting the canter happen a bit after the way that we started. Good. And the circle. Good. And let your outside leg really relax. And then, yeah, good. That's good. And this is good because it's almost, you'll see in your video too, it's really good for you to practice. Even in your 2 point, you're still have a look. Yeah, good boy. A little more contact and really think now. Say we are going to go ahead and trot now. So now we're going to push your inside leg a little bit, like yielding him out and hold him in the contact and say, don't do that. And then relax when, yeah, good. Good. Really make it inviting. No, and push him and say no, and trot, 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 trot. Yeah, good job. So that it's inviting, and then it's not, he's not getting in trouble, but it's like, okay, yeah, okay. It's very, very gentle, and the canter I have to say is, yeah, inside, yeah, good, and then relax, good, and small circle, good, and small circle, good. That's how you're gonna catch him. And your outside rein here, yeah, there goes the left hind. Okay, and walk, and walk, and now really, really fuss over. Good job. That's good. This will become so easy. One day we'll laugh about it. This will become so easy. You'll just be like, and this positioning, what you have to learn to do with him when he picks up the canter is really kind of so interesting because this is what a really good, useful thing to do for a lot of horses for a lot of reasons. That if they need bending, if they need to bring the inside hind under a little bit more. So, and the feeling that he gives you, I think, is a little like right before he does that little canter hop, he gets a little tight. And then when he kind of gives and then brings that inside and takes a big stride, he gets loose. And that's like you feel it, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is good for training later.
Really caught him like I went inside,
Yeah,
outside, and
yeah,
he was just like, oh.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He just feels a little open opportunity there, a little open door. Um, and again, I'm okay with that, with the segment exactly how it was and the length that it was, a little bit of canter. I'm okay with it. This is the first time we ever really got canter, and I just like it because it was a smooth transition. The canter was very respectful. And if we would have asked for canter, he probably would have got more sucked back and more hopped around. So I just want him to see that it's no big deal about the canter. Um, and then eventually, like, okay, now that's that, and then now we don't want you. Now we want trot, and then when we got the good trot, then kind of walk and fuss over, and like that was great, and he'll be, oh, okay, so then that's it. He can put the two and two together. They do. People think that they're not smart, but they do put these things together, and I think when we, praise them, and also for him to come back, we've really built a home base with this walk. Don't you feel now like you can come back to walk, and we're getting a really pretty good walk, right? And no nerves and no tension. So this is great. Let's change the direction. And that's everything that I would really want it to be. I would want him to be doing that good stride out in the trot. You'll see it in the video. It changes a lot. And then to go to the walk and just kind of come back to nothingness, but in a good way. Really good. So this way we'll go ahead and prepare for a little trot, and I'm not sure if we're going to do large or on a circle. We'll see how we feel. If he's going into the trot very well, I would say go large. So yeah. So when he does, yeah, and go rising, good. When he does that and got the trot, then go rising and show him it's okay. And this way you're gonna have to hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on your right rein a little bit, and then don't don't throw him away. Just relax. Hold him here. It's gonna be really hard for him to canter on the left lead and then to the yeah. There you go. Yeah, good. Yay! Make like a high pitch. Yay! Good boy. Woohoo! There he goes. There he goes. Good. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes. Keep holding him. Then more to the right and soften. Good. Yes. Good. Down the long side. Good job. So it's really hard for him to canter, like for him to be on the left lead. Sit up. Good. Down the long side. Tell him no. There we go. And keep him looking to the right, to the inside, but gently, gently. Give him scratches on the outside hand. Yeah. He just so wants to always be bending to the left. That's why he's happy going to the left. Yeah, good. And now a little smaller circle, but smaller trot. So just give him lots of scratches with your outside fingers and tell him, it's okay, yeah. Yeah. Good. And walk, and walk. Good. 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 Lots of scratches. Lots of scratches. That was like the best frame that he took to the right, and it happened really quickly, right?
Right, and he transitioned down to the left so nicely too.
So good. It's really weird because it's not that he can't do it. It's just I think he just gets overly excited to go to the other way. Maybe.
He's ahead of himself. Like
Yeah.
he like I don't know. You have to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you don't need
Yeah.
that yet.
Yeah. And he almost uses it against you, like you bend him and touch him there, and he uses that bending as like a canter aid, which is weird. Um, so, but again, I still don't mind, as long as it's not turning into this hopping like tension, really crazy left, weirdness. Um, I right now, unfortunately, going to the right, we're going to be really happy when he allows you bend him to right and he doesn't try to do any jigging or, trying to do the next step up. If you're walking and you try to bend him to the right and he tries to jig, that would be the same as if you're trotting and you try to bend him to the right and he canters. It's the same. So we just need to find that he takes clear steps while he is bending. And the small circles help you with that. And that's why, I hope you see it's like a real clear program with him. I hope you see it. And this bending to the right is similar to the exercise that we just did in the walk when you're coming down the center line and bending and circling and then using that circle and then pushing him off. That's how you're going to have to really start riding him to the right. But again, I don't want to overwhelm him. And then you're going to decide like how much, and you'll see it in the video too, because now you're kind of keeping his head and neck and nose straight. And this was the same with Donner. Donner really always kind of wanted to look to the left as well, ironically. So this is something that it might get more tiring for him this way. This might be harder. We might have to start eventually. What could be a good idea is to start going to the right, so we end up kind of doing a bit more to the right than to the left. That's how we'll start to equal him out. Good. And for instance, if he starts just giving us a great thing here to the right and everything's going so good, we may end because I want him to know, that this is all we need. It's not, we don't need to make it any more difficult. And notice when he looks a little with his head too much to the left. And it's not that he has to look right or look left. I just really want him straight with softening through the right rein. So like if his head is straight in front of his shoulders, but then imagine that he tightens his right jaw. No, I want his head straight with a little like softening in the, yeah. You feel it? Yeah. All right, let's try trot like this. If he gives us a little trot down the long side like this, gentle and nice. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a little tricky for him. Good. And tell him, yay! Yeah, good. Nice and easy. Yeah. And if he gets to the point where he can go around and you keep asking him that head straight with a little like, in the right jaw. And then a little bit more seeing his right eye for the turn. Only a little bit. Yep. Oh, no. Yeah. And then we'll make a circle to the right and try to keep the rhythm the same. Of course, he'll get faster. He'll want to speed up. And push him and bend him. Bend him a lot to the right. Yeah, it's really hard. Yeah, now relax. Good boy. Give him lots of scratches inside him now. So yes, say yes. He just, yeah, it's really like, so if he tries to take that left lead and you didn't ask and you really bent, yeah, there, he kind of puffs up and holds himself. I want to see if we can get, yeah, one more. So just keep, yeah. Good. Good. Yeah, good. Bend him to the right. It's super hard. It'll make it really, yeah, and then relax, yeah. And as soon as he gives you that good trot, then you relax. You tell him he's good. I just want to make sure one more circle. If, yeah, see if you can manage him that he doesn't pick up the C. Yeah, and don't get too perched. Sit up. Yeah. Yeah. And try to just, yeah, and go another circle. We want another full circle there. Good. Yes. And think about what you do between your leg aids and your right leg. Good. We need another one. Good. Yep. Think about the turn. Soften. Yeah. Yes. Yes. And yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's okay. All right. He's moving it like he's moving it, rotating it around the circle. Like he was always doing it for you right here. Wait. Now think about walking and bend him. Now trot. Yes. With your right leg. Good. Now think about walking with your right leg. Now trot. Now think about walking. Bend him, bend him, bend him, bend him, bend him, bend him. And now trot. Good. And then lots of fastest. Good boy. Good. And then walk. Very good. And let him walk. Let him walk as he wants. Good job. Is that making sense? I mean, this thing that you're learning with him is so important for so many future horses. This is a really, really good relation, learning how to, timing and trying different timings. Like I try different timings too, and like so that's what I wanted to tell you. He was on the first part of that circle doing it for you, and then hopping around, on the last part too, and then it started getting pretty good that you were managing it for the first part of the circle, and then he kind of, still wanted to do it and did it on the second half of the circle. But then you can also think about that kind of shoulder in a little bit. Okay, not that he's going to be in a big shoulder in, but the idea-ish of bringing his shoulder around and his haunch pushing a little bit out and pushing a little sideways into like the slower trot thinking walk and then walk into the trot. And that's going to help him a lot too. Get stronger through the way that we need him to get stronger. If he can do the exercise, staying positioned right and trot and walk and trot and walk, oh, that's going to give him a lot of good strength. So that'll be our goal for the next ride, and we'll probably maybe try to start out going a little bit to the right if you remind me to. Does that make sense? I think that's good for today because I want this to kind of marinate, and I want you to feel that you can put that right leg. Yeah. Yeah. And he didn't jig. Good. Good job. This is the way. This is the road, right? We're on the road.
Yeah, I like it.
Question?
He is. He's helping me so much with trying different things.
And it's so cute because he's really gentle about everything, it's kind of, I remember in the beginning I said, it's just kind of funny, like, ha, ha, ha. And you're probably thinking, it doesn't seem very ha, ha, ha to me. But now I think you saw it's a bit like, come on, just keep going,
Yeah.
Do your video so it's saved.